Absolutely disgraceful. The chicken counter was a place for all people to meet and enjoy. I am upset and outraged of the removal of this station. Hashtag bring back the chicken. Are you okay, Oliver? Is this where you met all of your friends? That tracks. Welcome to England land and Scotland land and Wales land and Northern Ireland land. Great Britain is a country, or it's several countries. I don't really know what it is, I just live here. But it does have some interesting people in it. And I have a theory that the best place to see these interesting people in the wild, in their natural habitat, is in the 1-star reviews of places that they go on Google Maps. And I'm just going to go through, I'm going to pick a random town, shithole town in the middle of wherever. If it's your town, it's not a shithole. If it isn't your town, it is a shithole. But pick some towns and go through their 1-star reviews and petrol stations. And this is a more interesting concept in my head than it is saying it out loud. But you know what? We're going to go with it. Right, let's see. Mansfield. That's an interesting place. It's not, but it could be. What do we got? Water Meadows Leisure Complex. Let's have a look at some of these. Absolutely filthy. Me and my partner took his brother, 11, and our 6-month-old swimming. Hell, it came up as a baby pool option on Google. Wish I read the reviews. I didn't even want to get my baby changed in here. It was so dirty, flies everywhere, dirt on the floors, crumbs and food all over. Some kind of chewed up food on the baby changing stand. I had to clean it up as all the staff look about 16 and just sit there waffling to each other. The lift looks like it will break in any second, also absolutely filthy and grim inside. People can walk around the pool area with shoes on, fully clothed, so the floor is absolutely disgusting. Only 2 family changing rooms, one closed due to the time. Couldn't fit pushchair in the door of the baby changing area. No sense. Receptionist was rude AF, told her it was our first time. Didn't show us where to go or anything, had to keep asking. She was as useful as a stick. Pool floor is absolutely dirty too. Couldn't pay me to return. Hell, if you do for some reason want to go... God, she can't write. If you do for some reason want to still go, take flip-flops. Really believe they should be closed down, because I don't see how somewhere so filthy and unhygienic with a clear fly infestation can be healthy for children. This lady wasn't very happy with her experience at Water Meadows Leisure Complex. Now let's just give ourselves some context, see what this place looks like. A gym with some, kids play areas and things like that. It looks like a bog standard leisure centre. What do you expect from a leisure centre in England? It's going to be disgusting. There's probably going to be needles kind of hanging out everywhere, bins overflowing, and it's entirely run and staffed by 16-year-olds who have no idea what they're doing and really, quite frankly, couldn't care less about the whole place. In fairness, there is a bit of food on that plastic chair. And it's the same bit of food. She's taken another picture of it. That's helpful. A really blurry picture of just some crap on the ground, because it's a leisure centre in England. This is the kind of thing that you should expect. And the photos are getting more blurry. I could tell she was shaking with anger at this, taking the photograph with her old Nokia 3210 or a digital camera or something. And another blurry picture of the same bit of food. It looks like there was only 2 bits of food, if I'm honest. That's just it's a slightly dusty door hinge. If I'm honest, this isn't looking completely bad. Yeah, there's a bit of hair in the drains. That's comes with the territory. A glasses box, bit of crap under some dirt. I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. Again, really helpful that she's taken 2 photos of everything. A sticker. Okay, that's a bit grubby in fairness, but I mean, why would you... Yeah, it's a shithole, but of course it's a shithole. Here's the thing. If you go somewhere with the expectation that you're going to just go and do some swimming or whatever, and you go in there and it's a shithole, you know you can leave, right? You can just up and get up and go, surely. Anyway, where to next? Where are we going to go? What other shithole town? I think we should go to a shithole town in Scotland. Cairngorms National Park. Now, Inverness. Let's have a look at this. Inverness is a tourist town, let's be honest. You go there, you go, wow, that's Loch Ness. I wonder where the monster is. And there isn't one, ever. Right, Pure Gym Inverness. Gyms are a hotbed for insane people who like to leave 1-star reviews, and I don't understand why. Here we go. Ralph has said, very far from the town. We need one closer. 1 star. Is that a negative against the place, or is it just you don't like the location because it's not near your house? Perhaps you could go for a walk, you could have a run, you could buy yourself a cheap bicycle and do exactly the same things. Lift up some, I don't know, old bits of wood you have lying around, and there you go, there's your weights. You can create your own gym in your house if you really can't be bothered to go to there. There we go, Fairways Golf Course. I wonder if that's got anything interesting on it. No, it doesn't, because it has no reviews. Let's look a little more in the town. Has anyone given a negative review of Inverness Castle? It's temporarily closed, but someone has given it 1 star. Fantastic. The new tempered glass windows look so bad. Gives the castle a very plastic and fake feeling. Valid, I suppose. It's a court. Watch as chavs fall about in the car park whilst the professionals pretend the chavs that they were earlier either prosecuting or defending are not actually there. I mean, quite frankly, that's a glowing review. That sounds like some free entertainment, if I'm honest. You just go to the car park, you have a nice pretty building to look at, and you see some chavs wandering around, falling over. That sounds like a good day out to me. Better than Loch Ness, anyway. Right, let's go a little bit out. Let's go out to Wales somewhere. Let's find a town in Wales. Right, which is the one I can pronounce the least? Llanbidr. That'll do. That's probably just 6 houses and a pub, but that's a good point. Let's find the pub. The Albion Arms. Reviews. Nope. Everybody loves the Albion pub. That's fair. Either that or all of the reviews have been removed. I don't know. Rocky with a slash through the OBs. Is this... do they sell things? Everyone's given it 5 stars. They absolutely love Rocky Bees. We may have accidentally stumbled upon the absolute perfect town, the greatest town to ever have existed, where everyone loves everything about it, at least on paper. Dunbai Llanbidr. Here we go. I think we've found somewhere where people don't all like the Dunbai. That place. It's a slaughterhouse. There's nothing nice about any slaughterhouse. You're not wrong, I am surprised it's got 4 stars out of 5 as it being a slaughterhouse, if that's what it is. Random 1 stars for no unknown reason. Nice, this is interesting. Nice clean site and a lovely location, very friendly staff. Overall, it was a nice place to visit. 3 stars. Now, is that 3 stars because that's as many as you could possibly give a slaughterhouse? I feel like maybe the 5-star reviews would be more interesting on a slaughterhouse. Sort by highest rating. Expanding well. What does that mean? Super. And then just loads of 5-star reviews. Were the employees all told of this slaughterhouse to give it 5-star review and then they get like an extra £100 a year? Or a Christmas bonus in the form of a chocolate Father Christmas? Because I can't understand why it's got so many 5-star reviews. Good place to load. Limited parking on site for trucks overnight. Nice people. I've never done anything with work that I've thought, you know what? I need to give this place a review on Google. I need to take the time out of my day to review somewhere on Google that I've gone for work. I don't understand. I think that's enough of Llanbidr. If I'm butchering that, I know I am. How about the Isle of Man? They're all insane. Let's go to the big town in Douglas. That's it, on the Isle of Man. Let's have a look at the CEX, see if that's got any fun reviews. They usually do. Lots of 1 stars. Lowest rating. And they're all boring. What about the Premier Inn Douglas? 4.3 stars is very good for a Premier Inn. If you're not in the UK, it's a budget kind of chain of hotels, like equivalent of, I don't know, Motel 6, but a bit nicer and strangely purple. By lowest rating. Yellow stain on mattress, more thorough cleaning and refurbishment. The staff were brilliant, helpful and professional. 1 star. That yellow stain really killed it for you, didn't it? The rooms are as per Premier Inns everywhere. But, there are no opening window. Very claustrophobic. Also aircon. Very dry. Lost my voice. Is that why you've typed everything out so concisely? Is because you think that typing is like speaking? I am sorry to hear though that there are no opening window. That's a quote of all time, isn't it? Let's go a little more out there. Kirkmoorhold. Where's Kirkmoorhold? Does it have anything in it? It has nothing in it. It looks very nice though. Lots of trees and trees. What about yeah, Ramsey? That's slightly bigger, isn't it? Let's have a look at that. Has anyone gone mental on the Tesco in Ramsey? I'm sure they have, because someone always does. Lowest rating. Better than a funeral, worse than weeding the garden in the rain. Just always feels a bit morbid and depressing in there. Sorry. Are you going to the Tesco, or is there like a morgue next door, or a funeral home that you're accidentally going in and thinking, Christ alive, the vegetable selection on offer here is pretty terrible, and I don't know where I pay. Be good when Tesco's. Until then, overpriced and boring. What the fuck does that even mean? Be good when Tesco's. Until then, overpriced and boring. Was this before it was a Tesco's? Has it always been a Tesco's? Does he not know what a Tesco's is? I don't understand this. 1 star, no toilet. Fair play. What about the northern swimming pool? That sounds ominous, strangely. Reviews. Sort by. Oh, wow. Okay, it's already lowest rating. I nearly drowned. I nearly drowned and they didn't help me for 5 minutes. Flailing about in the pool, and the lifeguard's just there like, I'll be in a minute. I'm finishing my cigarette. Give me 2 seconds. Stop making a scene, for God's sake. Right, let's head out to Northern Ireland. Cookstown. That sounds quite pleasant. What have they got here? They've got TJ Hamilton and Co. A car dealership. A Volkswagen car dealership. Car dealerships are always fun. The floodlights are too bright at night and make it difficult for nearby households to sleep. The floodlights are meant to deter thieves, but why should it be at the expense of nearby residents? Lights should be tilted down. After all, it's only Volkswagen and Toyota, not Porsche or Lamborghini. And they've responded by saying, we apologise if our floodlights are causing you any inconvenience. They are, however, a necessary security measure to help protect our property and assets. Now, hear me out. Curtains. They are a wonderful invention, and they're very helpful for keeping light out when you don't want the light there. Just a helpful suggestion, perhaps. Okay, how about somewhere down south? Somewhere down south. Salisbury is a good place for an hour. Let's have a look at what the people of Salisbury are saying about Oak Furniture Land. Views sought lowest rating. I paid for premium delivery. The first delivery of my wardrobe, the delivery team dropped it in my car park and broke it. On the second attempt to deliver my wardrobe, the delivery team said it was too heavy to carry into my first floor flat. Then they found the wardrobe was damaged for a second time and put it back in their van and drove off. I have no telephone calls from company to apologise. I had to chase everything. And no response from Oak Furniture Land at all. They're just like, get bent. Sounds about right. Nobody could have a bad word to say about Salisbury Cathedral, could they? Could they? Of course they can. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. There'll be some fun ones in London, I imagine. I don't know, South London, that'll do. Somewhere like Chislehurst Caves. No one could hate Chislehurst Caves, could they? This was a very weird experience. I used to go to the caves a lot as a kid and I loved it. Haven't been back for a long time but decided to visit recently and I wasn't very impressed. Firstly, photos are not allowed. Not really sure of the reasoning of this. It wasn't explained. I can understand why flash photography wouldn't be allowed, but it was a bit disappointing not to be able to take photos. Our tour guide Peter was a tricky one to read. He did make a few funny jokes, but mostly his sense of humour was very sarcastic and made us all feel quite uncomfortable. We couldn't tell if he was joking or not at certain points. I felt quite on edge the entire time. His dry humour and the way he joked about some people in our group made me worry I would be the subject of one of his jokes. He did attempt to engage with the children in the group, but at some points was very tone deaf. We had a girl in our group who clearly had special needs, very scared and crying. He told her to stand still multiple times, not sure why this was necessary, and told us that children were sacrificed in the tunnels. The tunnels themselves were interesting, just as they were 15 years ago when I last went, but unfortunately our tour was rushed. A lot of time was wasted while we stood listening to his jokes, really didn't learn very much. There were bits we wanted to see but were told to keep moving. The interesting parts like the well and pool of water were just skipped over because we were running out of time. My dad, who is originally from the area and used to go to the caves every week, says this was the worst tour he has ever been on. We travelled quite far to come here, but now I'm thinking we shouldn't have bothered. I certainly wouldn't go back or recommend to anyone else. I visited several English caves and this was by far the most boring. Well, that sounds fun, doesn't it? What have I stumbled upon? The Chislehurst Caves, which are just kind of in the middle of a housing development as far as I can tell. And nobody, by the way, seems to have enjoyed this. A wealth of history and prehistory wasted. We were given an infantile tour designed for 5-year-olds. Tour guide was very sarcastic and not very knowledgeable. My friend asked him a question a couple of times and he ended up shouting at him in front of everyone because the question exposed how little he knew about the caves. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I kind of want to go now. I want to see how shit this tour is. Alright, we'll do one more. One more in, I don't know, east coast of England. Norwich is full of fun. It's full of things, certainly. A Postwick transmitting station. Does this... this has reviews, somehow. So Postwick's transmitting station. I'll just see if I could get like a... Can I have a see at what this looks like? Right, it's a TV transmitter or something like that. But someone's put it on Google Maps and people obviously have left reviews of a transmitting station. Pointy, but I feel like they're lacking pizzazz. At least there's 2 of them. Insightful, helpful, and lets you understand what you're going to get when you visit Postwick transmitting station. David M just says, okay, 5 stars. Fantastic and to the point. And then just a load of 4-star. Just people leaving reviews for, as far as I can tell, no reason whatsoever. Anyway, I think that will do it for looking around on the Google Maps for a bit for funnies. If you enjoyed the video, smash the ever-loving shit out of the like, subscribe, and the share buttons. If you didn't, I don't care. Share this video with a friend if they enjoy Google Maps reviews and things like that. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching again, and bye for now.